Hello, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving to you all. I just figure I'd just make this quick video, give you a few updates as well as a little special surprise. It's been a little rough for me. You know, you work retail, it gets pretty rough, as I work retail, especially during the holiday season. It's been so tired, but I've been trying to do what I can, And and plus been dealing with the death of a friend. That's been hard as well. But anyway, just want to make a few announcements. First of all, this is something I'm not going to say I'm 100% on, but I actually thought about retiring from doing VHS openings. I'm finding it to be more and more of a chore to, capture and upload. Plus, it's more time and money issues too, and space. Because, I need some more money to do some different things. And of course, I don't really have a lot of space where I live. It's a pretty small space too. But again, I'm not saying it's 100%, but it's just something I need to put out there. Actually, I thought about, devoting a little bit more time to do some more specials for you all. Like one I had, logo rankings, where I take a look at a company and, review their logos, worst to best. Something I want to do. I'd like to get out there after I get the Rise and Fall of Rare completed. And speaking of that, if you want to know the progress on it, I'm doing pretty well. After a little hiatus, been working hard on it for the past 2 weeks. Well, the Microsoft era, as soon as I get the main portions done, I got some post-production that get all rendered and sent to Steven, and he'll take care of everything. Just look for it on SC Media Works. It's going to be out for Christmas. And you know what? As a Thanksgiving gift to you all, let's have a little sneak peek at the little special, shall we? This is my most ambitious product to date, and see, my first full-length feature. So I'll just put it out there for you all, and tell me what you all think. They were a company with modest beginnings, starting off as a force in video gaming in their home country, England. But ready to take the next step, they went to a low Japanese company named Nintendo, and things will never be the same. After diving into licensed properties, they came on their own throughout 4 generations of Nintendo systems, releasing such gems such as Donkey Kong Country, GoldenEye, and Perfect Dark. Theirs was a name meaning high quality, something you would get a lot of mileage out of. But then they would jump ship and move to another up-and-comer in the video game business in Microsoft. It would lose the prestige they once had earned. This is a story of 2 British brothers whose passion for making video games took them levels and levels beyond their wildest dreams. But sometimes, dreams can turn to nightmares. This is the Rise and Fall of Rare. The story of Rare begins in Ashby-de-la-Zouch in Leicestershire, England in 1982, when the company Ashby Computers and Graphics Limited was founded by the Stamper brothers, Tim and Chris, their friend John Lethbury, and Tim's girlfriend and future wife, Carol Ward. Other members of the Stamper family helped run the company during the early years. Prior to forming a company, the Stamper brothers worked developing arcade games for other companies, of one example being Konami's Gyruss. While making a nice living off that, the Stampers became more ambitious to go on their own when they formed ACG. Early on, they worked on arcade conversion kits, but would move on to making their own video games under the label Ultimate Play the Game. Ultimate would develop games for home computers, especially for the then newly released ZX Spectrum from Sinclair Research Limited. The first game to come from Ultimate is Jetpack, a space shooter where the player controls an astronaut known as Jetman who must assemble his rocket and fuel it up so he can go to the next planet, all the while defending himself from the alien life. Released in 1983, Jetpack was critically acclaimed, even managing to win Game of the Year at the Golden Joystick Awards, as well as Best Software House for Ultimate. It also managed to sell 300,000 units, making £1 million, giving Ultimate a good start and a nice grip in the British gaming industry. Jetpack would later on be released on the Commodore VIC-20 and the BBC Micro. Ultimate kept making best-selling games such as Attic Attic, an adventure game with the character being trapped in a labyrinth of a castle and must collect 3 pieces of golden key of ACG to escape, plus a Jetpack sequel, Lunar Jetman, and Saberwolf, an adventure of gameplay similar to Attic Attic, where Saberman must collect 4 pieces of an amulet to escape the jungle. That linked to more sequels such as Underworld, where Saberman fights his way throughout the caves, and Nightlore, where Saberman has been attacked by a Saberwolf and turns into a werewolf. He has 40 days to find a cure and searches around the castle. This game is innovative for being the first game to use a graphics engine known as Filmation, allowing 3D flip screen images and a player to move around in 4 diagonal directions. Nightlore would net Ultimate their second consecutive Golden Joystick Awards for Best Software House and Game of the Year. With their games becoming major successes critically and commercially, Ultimate Play the Game was the force in home computer gaming in the UK. But in 1985, the Stamper brothers are driven to take on the world. Sensing the computer market wouldn't last long, they looked into the future, a little Japanese gaming console called the Nintendo Family Computer, or Famicom for short. Nintendo had claimed that their system was unhackable, and thus could not be decoded. But the Ashby staff managed to find a way to do so.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Afterwards, being able to develop some games on the system, they made several tech demos for the system and went all the way to Kyoto, Japan to Nintendo HQ and showed them Minoru Okawa and his staff. They became really impressed by their efforts, and Nintendo offered them an unlimited budget to help develop games for the Famicom. The Ashby staff, excited by the good news, returned to England and sold the Ultimate Play game name to another British gaming company, US Gold. US Gold will release games under the Ultimate name such as Martianoids and Bubbler, but will not be as well received as their previous games. After the sale, the Ashby people would then make a move to Twycross and set up headquarters in a manor farmhouse and forming a new subdivision named Rare Limited. They would then set up shop in the US, specifically Miami, Florida, a company called Rare Inc. Headed by Joe Hochberg, Rare Inc. would do the business operations across America and get in touch with US publishers. Meanwhile, around this time, Nintendo branched out into the worldwide market and released their Famicom internationally, under the new name the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES for short.
Well, what do y'all think? I know it's a little bit rough, but of course I still need, post-production. I still need to get some things fixed up so it can be presentable before I give it to Steven. I hope you all enjoy this, and like I said, it's going to be out before Christmas. Just keep an eye out on SA Media Works. I'll give a few shout-outs to SA Media Works, and some other people like logo uploaders include like Eda and Pepsi 9072. Go check out their channels as well. Oh yeah, and you might notice at the beginning, a new logo for Mayfield Entertainment. I think it turned out pretty well. Again, our logo wizard, Tommy Joe Kill, made this for me. Shout out to him as well. And shout out to you, to all the viewers. Hope you all have a good Thanksgiving.